Can we please stop doing so many forward folds in yoga? Don't we do enough of this every single day? I'm Dr. Anthony Davis, and I've got a bone to pick with modern yoga. But first, I want you to know I'm one of you. I'm a yoga teacher. I've done 200 hours and a 300-hour yoga teacher training. And I teach anatomy in several yoga teacher trainings. So this is not an assault on yoga. I love yoga, and I practice every morning. I think asana, or the physical practice of yoga, the postures, are great. They have a great foundation, but in light of modern science and biomechanics, we can make some changes to an older practice and make it more beneficial to our physical body. And again, I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. I'm a doctor of chiropractic and I have my master's in exercise science. So I'm just trying to bring some modern science into yoga because I think that it's sorely needed. Look, if you took a yoga teacher training, then you already know that there are many different types of yoga poses. Yeah, we've got forward folds, we've got back bends, we've got some side bends, and of course we've got twists. Well, I challenge you to think about the classes that you're taking and really look at those 4 types of poses and see, and yes, there are other types of poses, but break those down and just look at the proportion of forward folds to anything else. And I think you'll find that most yoga classes have a really unbalanced amount of forward folding and not very much of anything else. And I think about physical postures kind of like a balanced diet. Yeah, we want some proteins, we want some carbs, some fats, etc. We can't just eat carbs or just eat proteins or just eat fats. We need all of those things, and we need micronutrients, etc., etc., etc. So if your whole day is sitting at a computer, sitting on a couch, sitting in a car, then why are we doing more and more forward folding in our yoga practice? Don't we get enough of that already? But here's the thing, it's not even just about back bends, forward bends, side bends, twists, inversions, that kind of stuff. We can really think outside the box and apply modern exercise science to these poses so we can get even more types of poses. What about instead of deep forward folding, which is a flexibility exercise, what about lifting halfway so that it's a strengthening exercise for the posterior chain? Or what about balance? What about instead of having the back foot down, we lift the heel up and now it's a balance pose? And what if we added movement to it as well, which challenges your balance even more? Or another fun way to challenge balance is look at your own thumb when you reach overhead. And then if you're gonna do a twist, watch your own thumb the entire time as you twist, and it's really hard to balance that way. What about looking at the amount of isometric work, in other words, holding a static pose, right? Muscles need to work in 3 ways. They need to hold a static position, they need to get shorter under tension, and get longer under tension. So that's concentric, isometric, and eccentric contractions. Well, chaturanga is a good time to practice these dynamically. Why don't we do multiple push-ups in a row? That's how you're gonna actually get strong in the chest. And then if we start to look at various types of body movements, right? Pushing and pulling exercises. Well, in yoga, we do lots of pushing. We do planks and chaturangas and all kinds of arm balances that strengthen the front side of the chest and shoulders. But we don't do any pulling. We don't do anything to strengthen the back of the shoulders or the rhomboids or trapezius or latissimus, right? These are super important muscles. Again, when we spend our whole lives forward and these muscles are always in a contracted state, it's not that this is a bad posture, it's just that you only do this posture with your whole life. It's time to do something else. And yoga doesn't have any exercises that allow you to truly train your pulling muscles for the upper body. It just doesn't. And then we talk about flexibility versus muscle endurance versus strength. And a lot of people, we have these yoga classes that they say, oh, we're doing strong yoga. Well, it's stronger than most yoga, but it's not strength in the true definition of the word, because the true definition of the word strength, I'm telling you this because yoga does not train strength. It does not. Period. End of sentence. Because the true definition of strength is maximum force production. Really, a measure of strength is what is the heaviest thing that you can pick up one time. So even if I do chaturanga and push up all day long, is that a measure of strength? No, it's a measure of muscular endurance, which is a totally different physiological adaptation to your muscles, tendons, joints, and bones than actual strength, which is picking up heavy stuff, and yoga just doesn't train that. So yoga itself is a very imbalanced physical fitness type of program. And I want to chime in here and just acknowledge that yoga is not supposed to be a physical fitness program in the first place. Yoga is supposed to be a mindfulness program. Yoga is supposed to teach you how to behave when nobody's looking, how to treat others, how to treat yourself, how to have a moral code, how to meditate, how to sustain that meditated concentration, how to, again, drop into yourself and be aware of your surroundings. Those are the tools of yoga. Physical fitness has nothing to do with yoga. But as long as we're going to be doing physical postures in yoga, we might as well be doing ones that allow our physical body to benefit in a positive way. And in my opinion, that means that we look at the types of poses that we're doing, we look at how most of us are living our daily lives, and we try to, if we only have people in our classes for an hour, maybe 1 to 3 times a week at most, for most people anyway, then shouldn't we use that hour to help them in the maximum possible way and give them the maximum benefit? Well, if their whole life is spent bent over like this, do you think that doing more of this is the maximum benefit for them? Or do you think that exploring, backbends and twists and strength and pulling and dynamic movement and balance and mindfulness and all of those types of things is going to have a better benefit for them? I'd love to hear from you, right? If there is one thing that you could change about yoga classes that you either teach or attend that you think would make it more beneficial to you, what would that change be? Please comment below. Is that something that you would change about the postures, about the teaching, the cueing, the atmosphere? Is it too competitive? What is it? Comment below, let me know. Again, I love yoga. Yoga is wonderful practice. I just want to emphasize that it could be better, and we can all work together to create that positive change. I'm Dr. Davis. Movement is medicine, motion is lotion, and I'll see you in another video.